Hey guys, it's Haley, and I wanted to make this video about my connective tissue chronic pain disorders. And I'm going to try to be really fast because I made a video a while back and it got kind of weird and emotional and really long and drawn out. So I'm going to try to be fast. I don't know how well this is going to work. But so basically, when I was younger, I used to have a lot of stomach aches, and when I got into middle school more, I would have like aching pain a lot, and I was always told it was just like growing pains, and that's just what I thought was normal. And then I can always remember gym class being awful, and I'd end up crying, and my ribs would slip out of place all the time, and I just never understood why gym was so hard for me and painful, and I'd cry and go to the nurse all the time, and my gym teachers would always have problems with me. And so then in probably the middle of 8th grade, I'm pretty sure, yes, I ended up, my teacher found me on the bathroom floor, like crying in pain, and I couldn't move. And then I got taken to the emergency room, and they didn't know what was wrong with me. And this kind of led on a figuring out what's up with me because it's not normal kind of thing. So I went to a bunch of doctors. I don't even remember. I can't remember or say to you how many doctors, but people, they would never take me seriously, really, because I was so young, and my mom thought I had arthritis. They're like, you're like 12, 13, like, no. And so finally one day I was at a specialist, I'm pretty sure, for arthritis or something, juvenile, or maybe, I don't remember. But she was touching my hand, and like, she just touched I was in a lot of pain, she touched my finger in a certain way, not even hard or like forcefully, or like she pushed it back a tiny bit, and it shot pain, and I started crying, and just like breaking down because I was in so much pain. And finally then, that's when she took me seriously, and that's the first time I can remember actually feeling like my pain was valid. And so that kind of led to more specialists and stuff, and I don't remember when oh yes, okay. So then I was put into a chronic pain program in the RIC in Chicago, downtown, and so this is where I got my diagnosis. Osteoarthritis, I think that's what they said I had. And then they said I had hypermobility type 3 and arthralgia. They like worded everything different, weird for like insurance purposes, which is really stupid. But so I got tested for this thing called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and they do a scale thing and see if you have a high enough score to be like eligible or whatever, because you can't be actually genetically tested for Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And turns out I had this thing called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome type 3, which is type 4. It's like that Oprah gif or something. Okay, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome type 3, which is the classical type, and that's good because the worst type is vascular, which can be like fatal and really scary, and heart attack, blood vessel stuff. And I don't have that, which is so amazingly amazing. And so that was that diagnosis, and I just went through pain programs, and then I moved here, and I just always going to doctors, having pain flares, going to the emergency room. And so, okay, I'm going to tell you what Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is. It's like a lack of collagen in your body, and collagen is like the glue stuff that lets your tissue join. I'm not good at describing this, like the glue that holds it together. And so I don't have a lot of that. My body doesn't produce it well, so my joints like rub against each other sometimes, and it's very painful. And I have more diagnoses. There's like a huge list, and there's things that my doctor now thinks I have, and it's osteoarthritis, EDS, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome type 3, fibromyalgia, I have chronic fatigue, insomnia, they're testing me for like narcolepsy. I don't think I have that, but I have to do a sleep study, and then like clinical depression, which kind of just really comes along with pain problems and just being a teenager in general, and anxiety disorders and stuff. That's like the more mental side of things. And so there's a huge list of things I can't even pronounce. And there's this thing with my rib, or slipping rib syndrome, maybe, but it's like a C thing. And then subluxation, I don't know, of my shoulders. And so I'm in a pain therapy place right now. It's physical therapy, occupational therapy, and pain psychology, and that's actually really helping me. But I'd have to say over the past couple years, especially this past year, the pain has gotten a lot worse. And there's times where I think I'm gonna end up being in a wheelchair my whole life. And I know that might sound extreme, but like in times of like extreme pain, it's hard to think straight and rationalize things and look towards the future. Anyway, this is kind of getting long, so I'm gonna go from the top of my body down and try to remember and tell you everything that happened. So basically, I have aching pain all over 24/7. There's not a moment where I don't have pain, except I can remember one time in Colorado, I barely had anything because I was at such a high altitude, and I remember only I had a backache, and like that was it. And I was like, oh my gosh. Anyway, so starting with my head, I get headaches a lot. They're not that bad, but usually in the morning I get headaches. I have jaw pain when I wake up, and they think that might be because I grind my teeth, but I don't. Like, my parents have never heard me, and I don't like make marks in my bite plate I tried out. And anyway, so I get jaw pain, like aching. Sometimes I can't even talk, that kind of pain. I get this neck pain where it feels like my neck is scrunching up like this and tendons are going like that, and that's really painful, and I can't talk and move very well. And then my shoulders dislocate all the time. That's something I forgot to say when I was younger. I was eating soup and it just dislocated, or I'd do something completely not strenuous at all, and my shoulders would pop out and I can't move them. And they do that sometimes, but a lot of times they like half dislocate where I can move them, but they're popped out of their socket. So that happens a lot. I'll just raise my hand in class and I'm like, oh crap, and it like pops out. So that's extremely painful. And I have back pain, like I get shooting pains up my back, and it wraps around my ribs like surges of energy sometimes. It's really painful, and my ribs, usually on my left side, they like slip out of place. I can't really explain it well, and that's really painful. It's like a cramping feeling. You guys might know, like if you like dance a lot or twist, but this is like just I sit there and like it just like happens. And I have a lot of like stomach problems and stomach aches all the time, and stomach cramping, really like deep stomach cramping, and it's like awful. And that's how I usually end up going to the emergency room, because that happens, and then my back gets so bad that I hunch over and I can't breathe because it hurts so bad. So that's like a pain flare. So continuing down, my hips crack all the time. Every time I walk, it hurts to move them a lot, and it hurts so bad to walk. A lot of the time, and some days are good and other days are really hard, and I usually am limping around. And I have a lot of pain in my knees. My knees and my hips and my back are probably the top three, and it's just like aching. I'm not good at explaining it, but it's very painful, and it feels like my knee socket is gonna like, there's a rubber band, or like it's gonna like, it's pressure and it's gonna pop out. And then I have like random muscle pain a lot too, where I get shooting pain. It's happening right now. It's like things tense up and then like go like that and shoot pain. And so yeah, I have toe pain. That's like a new thing. It was like so painful. And I have pain basically in anywhere that can move. And yeah, so that's really hard to deal with. And some days I can't, or some parts of the days I can't move, and walking is hard, getting upstairs is hard sometimes. Other times I push myself a little bit too much and I can do a lot, and I like, when I feel good I push myself a lot, and when I don't feel good I overthink situations a lot of the time. So yeah, I'm making this video. I know it got really long, I kind of failed at making it short, but I'm making this video to kind of spread awareness about invisible illnesses, because that's a hard thing I have to deal with, because I go on elevators and stuff and people are like, what are you just lazy? Like, and so if you look at me, sorry, that's like a mixtape my friend made me, and there's this part where he just like screams in the song. So I was saying, if you look at me, I kind of look normal and you wouldn't know that anything's really wrong, and this is the same for mental illness as well, and you wouldn't know that inside this is all the stuff I deal with, and there's a bunch of other people that have the same problem. So to spread awareness about Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and like arthritis and osteoarthritis, especially in kids, is really good. And on top of just chronic illness and invisible illness in general, it's really good that I want to talk about it and spread news and awareness about it, because I don't think it's talked about enough or like taken seriously. So that's kind of a short version of my story and what I deal with on a day-to-day basis. So thanks for watching. If you guys deal with anything like this or know someone or anything you want to talk about, you can leave a comment and I'll definitely reply. And I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and thanks for listening to what I have to say in this video, and I love you. Woo!